Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Alien ReAction Toy Fair 1979 Advanced Promotional Sample 2-Pack and the Early Bird Kit. Alright, so basically what we've got going on here is the company Super 7 has these awesome molds of original 1979 Alien figures that Kenner was going to release. These figures were never actually released until now. We are getting these brand new action figures based on the original molds that Kenner was going to put out back in 1979. I think that is incredibly cool, especially for longtime fans of the Alien franchise. To celebrate this release, at the San Diego Comic-Con in 2013, they released this really cool little promotional 2-pack, which in a sense is supposed to look like prototypes as they might have appeared at the 1979 New York Toy Fair. So the two figures just come in this cool little box, and it's fun because it's got the red canceled stamped right on the front there, and I think that's a really fun touch. And on the inside, you even get this little note that's got a note to the sales staff, basically saying that they're proud to announce the next licensed toy line being Alien. And it again has the same canceled words stamped over the 1979 Toy Fair logo. It's just a fun little touch. Obviously, these didn't really appear at the 79 Toy Fair, but this is just kind of a fun little nod that throws back to the fact that these figures never actually came out as they originally were intended. Now, the two figures inside here are the exact figures that we're going to be getting from Super 7 eventually, but of course these are done in just a solid blue plastic to make it look like they are test shot prototypes. Now, the figures are done in that classic 5 points of articulation style, so these are very much like the old Star Wars figures that Kenner was doing back in the same time frame. So they're in the 3 3/4 inch scale, and this particular promo set included 2 action figures on the inside. We get Kane in his Nostromo spacesuit, and we get the Alien. So we'll go ahead and take a look at these guys. We'll start with Kane here in the spacesuit. You can see it's actually very cool sculpt on this guy, and of course very reminiscent of what the action figures might have looked like if they were released back in '79, but still with lots of great little details sculpted on there. Even though he's just done in this solid blue, you can see all the great work that's done in the spacesuit there, all the padding that is going across his chest and his arms, the pockets on the side, even the little oxygen tank on his back. He even includes a cool little space helmet there that you can plug right over his head, and it's done in a nice translucent plastic so you can still see the head sculpt underneath, and even has some cool little accessories like the little tube that's coming up the back of it that looks like it's going right into the oxygen tank on his back. And then of course, very basic articulation. Head can turn left and right, arms can move up and down, legs can move up and down, and that's all we get. And then we've got the Alien, the star of the film. He stands slightly taller than the standard 3 3/4 inch action figure, so he's probably more at exactly 4 inches tall, maybe a little bit higher than that. And he's got a very cool look to him. He's got that great xenomorph sculpt to him there. Very cool look. You can see he's got the tail on the back, the very spiny looking tail. And he's got a really cool shaped head with a clear dome over the top. Now that clear dome is removable just like the space helmet that we saw on Kane. You can pop that off to see some additional sculpting underneath. In addition, there's an action feature on this guy. You'll notice that there's a little lever that's sitting there on the top of his head, so when you press that forward, the inner mouth juts out of the action figure's mouth. And then, of course, he's got that same basic articulation with the head being able to turn left and right, the arms moving up and down, the legs moving up and down, and an additional point with his tail being able to swivel. Now, if you picked these up at San Diego Comic-Con, most likely you also pre-ordered the fully painted 4 figures that are getting released later this year. And in order to do that, you had to purchase this early bird package. That's right, in another nod back to Kenner's original line of Star Wars figures, Super 7 created this fun little early bird package that they gave out to everybody who pre-ordered the Alien ReAction figures. It's meant to look just like the early bird package that Kenner did for their Star Wars line, and it even includes some nice original artwork of those Alien characters right there on the front, with the same early bird package blurb going across it. The back of that package even looks just as retro as the front, showing you all the contents that are on the inside. So if you open that up, you are treated to a cool little sticker sheet of vintage-looking stickers, including one that says "In Space, No One Can Hear You Scream," and some cool little stickers of the egg and the alien itself. Then you also get the cool little diorama. Now this is also just like the vintage Star Wars stuff. This little cardboard diorama folds up, and then you can just insert the little tabs to basically make a little figure stand for your figures when they arrive. You can see it's got all of the characters right along the back there, and their names down at the bottom. When this line gets released, we will have Ripley, Kanan the Nostromo spacesuit, the alien, Ash, and Dallas. And then down at the bottom, you even get a Space Club card. So there you go, guys. There's a look at Super 7's Alien ReAction San Diego Comic-Con exclusive promotional sample set and the early bird package. I'm really excited about what this line is going to bring us. I've got the main figures on pre-order, and I'm anxiously awaiting being able to put them on this stand here. So I will definitely be doing a follow-up review when the official figures are released. Until next time,